You can't move forward without appreciating what's happened. You can't take a step forward without looking back and thinking, wow, someone helped me get to this point. And I think it's ridiculous to say that I only look forward, because that's impossible. You have to appreciate what's come before you. Without tradition, I think a lot of things would fall flat in this country. I mean, we absolutely depend on tradition, but with the changing times, I think we need to bring them together. We need that communication between the two, because obviously you can't use ways that were 10 years ago. Look at just like AI, for example. We need to start integrating stuff that we are using now into traditions, because we don't want to lose that tradition and who we are, but we can definitely use it in a way moving forward. I think you should never really let go necessarily. Again, always remembering what happened in the past to shape who you are today. And so I think I'm going to go back to taking a step forward. You need to look at who was there to help you get to take that step forward. And so you shouldn't let go. I think you should always just remember the past and use that as a weapon to be better in the future. I would never go back and change anything from the past, because I could have a completely different today, and I love my today. I love who I've surrounded myself with, I love my friends, I love my family, I love my boyfriend. I wouldn't change anything, because I'd be too scared of losing what I have today. We go where you go.
Vulnerability is a strength. I always say to my friends that it takes strength to walk away from certain situation, in as much as it takes strength to stick it out. And being vulnerable is being able to acknowledge where your strength lies and then move in accordance in order for whatever future plans or future endeavors that you want to push, for you to actually get there and still be the basic core of who you are. Yes, actually a lot of people equate emotional openness to vulnerability, and in as much as it's a big part of vulnerability, but vulnerability is seen in basically almost everything you do, in terms of how you handle your finances, how you interact with people, how you move within society. I mean, at every turn, there's always a sense of vulnerability, which does require for you to be somewhat open. It's quite a tricky one, because it's easy for people to dismiss your vulnerability and associate it with hormones or whatever the case might be. However, if you are consistent in who you are, what you stand for, and it's known, you are then able to maintain the power that you have. Because if you are consistently hot and you know exactly what you want, and it is well communicated, and the people around you know what to expect of you, when anything other than that comes into the picture and you stand by what you initially said, you still vulnerable to say that, look, I opened up myself and I made this a clear boundary, and you are still maintaining your power to say that, as a result, as previously discussed, this is where I stand. It means being true to self, being aware of self, spending time with self, spoiling self, discovering what self likes, what self doesn't like, and honoring that, and also being able to properly communicate it and experience such moments. And sometimes those moments come with tears, laughter, tears and laughter at the same time, I mean, but it comes with the discomfort of growing. The earth is vulnerable. we see more and more how the climate is changing and how the weather is constantly on and off. It's just the signs of Mother Nature expressing how we have not actually taken care of the earth. So the earth is quite vulnerable, I must say. We go where you go.
No, I don't believe it does. From school, they make us sheep and we have to do everything a certain way, study certain things to become something when you're older. I don't agree with it at all. We should be able to express and be ourselves more than what that allows. It should empower you, but I feel like comparison threatens, especially women. You know, you're not as skinny, you're not as tall. Girls today at 16 look like they're 21. You know, makeup, hair extensions, lashes from a young age. I think we're growing up way too quickly as youngsters. Yes, we're supposed to be more ladylike and, have to fit into a certain box. And I don't. I sometimes get in the box and then sometimes I don't get in the box. And I will give them love from outside the box. I believe we're all here. We're all in this race of love. And we need to help each other. Whether it's your competition, whether it's a friend, whether it's a stranger. We need to be giving love and helping people. We go where you go.
Yes, community can be anything from social to business to family. So absolutely yes, I would say they do. In my experience, yes. We're all women first and foremost. We've all got to, earn. And I think competition's healthy. And I think it's healthier when there's mutual respect. As you grow or as you mature, that bitchy element becomes a lot less because there's different values and there's different goals. Yes, I think there can be, but I don't think there should be. Someone who holds space for me, has my back, I can be vulnerable with and feel safe with, and doesn't ask too many questions but still holds my space. My tribe. Yeah, my persons, my people, the ones that check in on me 2-3 times a week, the ones that love me no matter what and don't judge. That's my tribe. The tribe's got quite small, as you get older. That's also better. We go where you go.
I think it has expanded because when you look at today, especially when you look at the media, there's so much topics about body positivity, about embracing your inner beauty, about embracing who you are, which it was never like that before. Back in the days, beauty was defined by just one thing, that you need to dress a certain way, you need to carry yourself a certain way, but now it's much more broader, making everybody feel more comfortable with their skin. Beauty definitely does empower. Sometimes it does threaten, that I would say, but it does empower because if you look good, you feel good. And if you look good, people are more drawn into you. So majority of the time, it doesn't have to be their aesthetics, their appearance and everything, but it just has to be inner beauty. You know, your ability to love everybody around you, your ability to just be nurturing. And if you're very positive about beauty, you will see it as an empowerment. But then if you're very negative about it, you'll definitely see it as, oh, it's competition. It depends on each individual, basically. Not all the time. Not all the time. I think femininity is energy. It's the core values of each individual. So if you have the good energy, of course, you're going to be feminine. But back in the days, it was different, where femininity was all about how you carry yourself, how you speak to people, how you dress, how you do certain things. But today is basically all about energy. Radiant. Radiant is such a beautiful thing because it's something that shines from within, and the light actually goes out to the world for everybody to see. So yeah, radiant. When I started accepting myself for who I am, the more I embraced myself, the more I felt more beautiful. When you do that, you tend to shy away from what society expects from you, and you just focus on yourself and what makes you happy. We go where you go.
I feel like as a woman, you're already nurturing. I don't have any kids, so I don't know what that's like. But I think it's all instilled in us women. And independent, I feel like if you're independent, everything else follows. We can multitask, we can do more than one thing at a time. Women that are mothers, that bring life into the world, absolutely. Yes and no. I feel that if you're independent, it comes with a lot of loneliness. But as a woman, to be empowered in this day and age, it comes with independence. Communication, honest communication, wear your heart on your sleeve, trust. If you have that, I feel like it's so easy, it comes naturally. I feel like when something has happened, it's shaped you to thrive in what you previously struggled in. We go where you go.
Be yourself at all times. Self-awareness is highly important. I think a lot of times we get lost in what society wants us to be, and as a result you then fizzle away. And to be able to be vulnerable and true to yourself and be aware of self, being able to understand what your strengths and weaknesses are, then makes it easier for you to navigate life.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, as a little girl it was hard. It was very difficult to embrace being this tall, because standing in a room, you know, you're always the one who sticks out. But now I've just come and grown into who I am, and I love my heart. I wouldn't change it, especially finding someone like my boyfriend. He just loves me for who I am and my heart. He loves my heart more than I do, and like, I thank him for actually helping me grow, and that uncomfortable growth, and start loving my heart.
Yes and no. I'm such a person that I need people around me, and I need the constant check up. But as a woman, to be empowered in this day and age, it brings us all together. But at the same time, I'm like, I also need my space, leave me alone. So I think both of them is quite healthy, hand in hand.
It's shifting your inner beauty and putting it out there for the world. In as much as you're beautiful from the inside and you glow from the inside, when you have Zuri Nzuri woven into your clothing and you carry those type of values, then it becomes a beautiful thing.